This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 FM and iTalk1067.com. Also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Beamer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport, and Comfort Fit Dentures. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Very good evening, and thank you for joining us as the Snowflake Lobos are playing their second of three straight on the road, this time at Poston Butte High School here in Santan Valley, as we apologize for getting a little late start on you, but you can see the toss going there with Poston Butte winning and electing to defer as we hasten our way into the Ace Hardware keys to the game. Ace Hardware is a 24/7 locksmith. The next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key replaced any hour of the day or night, any night of the week, call Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Overguard, and Sholo. As Mike Brogan, what is the biggest key to today's game?
Well, Poston Butte is a really run-heavy team. They're averaging about 260 yards a game, rushing the football. Pretty tough defensively. I think the key is going to be who wins the line of scrimmage between the offense and defensive lines tonight.
Now, you also, as we take a look at the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report, Summit Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get back in the game. Lobos are playing with a banged-up quarterback in Jacob LaDuke, as Snowflake debuting in the AIA's power rankings in the number one spot and have been winning for the most part with relative ease. Got a couple of first-half scares, especially against Cactus, but I think that potentially the objective might be to see what they can do while giving LaDuke the week off, because bear in mind they're going to have to make another trip down the mountain next week and go to Marcos.
Yeah, and I think this is, from last week, Poston Butte won one of the conference games, as did Marcos, and so this turns into a big game now as East Mark already has a loss, as does Apache Junction. So if Snowflake can come out on top against Poston Butte, that'll put them in the driver's seat here in the region.
Now, this is a Poston Butte team as they're getting ready to kick it away, which is 2-4 thus far, but don't let that distract you. Started the year at Micah Mountain as a number 6 team in the power rankings. Just lost that one 17-8. Also played Campo Verde, a 5A team, number 16. Lost that one 16-14. And then had a tough one at Coconino, as there's the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at NPC. Play the lowest tuition in the state as Kristen Smith takes that one up the center of the field and winds up returning it toward the 40. So great field position here to start things off for the Snowflake Lobos, as generally the way to read Poston Butte is it just hasn't put together a complete game. Coach Solomon says you want to make sure that they don't do that today. Yeah,
they got a couple of head scratchers on the schedule. That loss to Round Valley surprises you a little bit, but their competitiveness with East Mark will give you an idea, I think, of what how well they can play.
So Flake is coming out to play quarterback for the Lobos, as he is going to give way and have this one off to is that Turley. We're not sitting very high up, folks, so beg your pardon as we try to get our bearings a little bit. I believe that was Turley who was there and a 2-yard gain.
It'll be interesting tonight to see what that does to Snowflake's offense with Flake playing, if they run the ball a little bit more, if it changes the passing game at all.
Going to come out with 3 receivers coming to the near side. Single man in the backfield is Turley, as they're going to toss it to him going to the far side. He's going to catch the edge. He's already at midfield. He's down the far sideline as he's over to the 40. 2nd and 8 will wind up going for 19 yards and a first down.
It looks like Isaiah Robinette there with the tackle, driving him out of bounds on that, but really nice play design there by Snowflake to get the edge. Again, they run their bunch set out to the right and run that quick toss to the left.
Flake now working from the shotgun, still with Turley on his left. 11:09 to go as Turley's going to go straight up the gut this time, get to the 35 where he stood up, but a good first down carry that'll net about 7. And he is off to a hot start. 28 yards on 3 carries as the clock ticks under a minute to go. I beg your pardon, a minute has been played. No score. This is the first possession. The Lobos now trying to go with some tempo. Same formation. No, there's going to be the first carry for Rabin as he's trying to get to the far side. He's eventually dragged down very close to the yard marker. We were curious how Carter Rabin's shoulder was going to be after he got banged up as well against Seton, but he's out there in the first quarter and getting some work. Gains 2.
Yeah, and Robinette again is coming up from that cornerback position. Played that toss a little bit better this time.
3rd down and short. The Lobos already on the plus side of the field here, the Poston Butte 36. Split backs on either side of Judd Flake, who's getting the start as he hands us this one. Turley goes to the left side, and he needed a yard. He winds up with 5 and another Snowflake first down.
Yeah, they seem to have found something on that left-hand side of the offense that they like tonight. Again, and following that same pattern where Turley seems to get the bulk of the work in the first half.
Wondered if, because Flake was out there, they were going with split backs and have Rabin split out wide, but that's not the case right now. The Lobos receiving core, as it is on the field, is going to go Baum and Ulberg on the right side. Christian Smith, the lone man, split left with Silverhorn in as a tight end. Give this one away to Turley, who's met in the backfield. Now it's trying to reverse field, but he's surrounded by Broncos, but still somehow runs out of it. He gets to the edge on the right side and somehow winds up gaining positive yardage after he was surrounded by 4 tacklers there in the backfield.
Yeah, I don't know how he got out of that. Getting really good penetration from the defensive line, but just a really tough run there by Turley.
How did he get 4 or 5 yards when it looked like he was going to be stopped for 4 or 5 yards shy of the line of scrimmage? So 2nd down, they're calling it 5 as they again go Turley, again going to the left side, again finds a little crease as he's able to take this one over the yard mark in the 20-yard line. Snowflake in the red zone here. First possession, 9 minutes and 3 seconds to play here in the first quarter. There's no score. Snowflake lost the toss. Poston Butte elected to take it in the second, and it's been the Canton Turley story. Now, 5 carries, 39 yards. Judd Flake in at quarterback and hasn't even had to think about airing it out, as now Brenner Green is going to come into the backfield alongside Rabin. Going to go with Rabin as he tries to bounce this one to the right side, and a much, much different approach as there all sorts of penetration will stop Rabin for a loss of 2.
Yeah, it looks like that was Robert Arota getting really good penetration off that right-hand side. He contacted Rabin about 4 or 5 yards deep.
So now Turley will set up on the right of Flake. Green still out there, as it will be Turley. Bounces off a man behind the line of scrimmage and gets back to the original marker. 3rd down and long in a passing situation here for the backup quarterback and Judd Flake. What do you think?
Yeah, really good again. Miranda getting some pretty good penetration and forcing Turley to cut that up in the end. You know, I guess we'll see right here how much the Snowflake coaches trust Judd Flake to throw the football. They're in field goal range here already. We'll see how aggressive they are and if they're willing to put the ball up when they got almost for sure 3 points here if they just don't have a negative play.
5'11" senior working from the shotgun, drops back, pressured. He wants to set up a screen where he was looking for Turley. A flag is out in the defensive backfield. Christian Smith is the closest player to it. For Poston Butte, Jerry Beck. And the two of them might have been a little bit tangled up with Smith anticipating a need to block downfield. The flag is at the 4.
Well, usually the flag in that area is pretty good for the offense.
They're talking only to the Broncos sideline, though. But it looks like they're getting ready to walk it off in Snowflake's favor. It is a hold that's going to be whistled against Poston Butte. So another first down for the Lobos. This one moves it inside the 10. 7:35 to go. First possession. No score, but the Lobos are threatening. Jacob LaDuke on the sideline right now. Carter Rabin on and off the field. Just about every other possession as you got a couple of banged up Lobos here playing the second of 3 on the road.
Yeah, so an interesting, fairly conservative pass play call there. I guess that might give us some insight into what they're looking at here. It looks like we got a 3rd and short.
Oh, okay. As the handoff goes Turley, he's again having to use some quick feet to try to get to the line of scrimmage, and this time doesn't. Well, it's all going to depend upon the spot as he got a little bit of help with a little tush pushing. As who was then there to help him out?
Miranda, 64, Cody Flake coming in to help, I think, get him that last yard that what they needed for that first down.
46 yards now on 7 carries for Turley. 1st and goal as this one is spotted at the Poston Butte 5. I formation. Rabin's deep. He gets the call, runs into some traffic as soon as he gets to the line. Might fight his way forward for one, but it's going to be 2nd and goal.
And interesting to see what Snowflake will do here without LaDuke. LaDuke's been their primary goal line runner, this year. And so I guess we see right off the bat they go into that I formation.
Bomb comes off the field, and now Rabin late. They might have had too many men in the huddle. There's the flag.
There's the flag.
Illegal substitution whistled against the Lobos, so it was going to be 2nd and goal from the 4, make it 2nd and goal from the 9. And I think there that you can just attribute that to having regular players who are playing hurt and a little bit of confusion about who should come in and when.
Yeah, you're not allowed to break the huddle with 12 players, and a lot of time that's the quarterback. He's not supposed to get into the huddle until they get their substitutions and things correct. But
Turley on Flake's right, gets the toss, and again trying to come to the right side is a much different story as there's again 4 or 5 Bronco tacklers waiting for him. 2nd down and goal. He did a good job just to get back to the line of scrimmage. But night and day opportunities running to the right of the line relative to the left.
yeah, we get that 3rd down again here, and again they're in field goal range. I'll be interested to see what type of play call we have here from Snowflake.
Olberg in the slot on the left. Flake from the shotgun rolls the pocket in that direction. He's got Olberg. Instead, he's going to throw this one toward the sideline and nearly has it picked off at the goal line. In and out of Isaiah Robinette's hands. And that would have been huge, as it almost certainly would have removed any scoring opportunity.
Yeah, it looks like they had a couple of receivers layered out there, and it looked like Olberg had come open underneath. But certainly I can see where Judd's wanting to score a touchdown on that play, maybe force that throw a little bit.
So that'll bring out the Sam Brown experience. Flake will hold. He was good last week from 44 and 45 yards. As the snap is away, the hold is down. There's some penetration, but he is able to get that one up and good. Had a little bit of hope there from Riley Campbell saying that was going to be wide left, I think, but that looked dead center from this seat. And there's 6:24 left in the first. 3-0. The Lobos strike first. Defense coming out for the first time. Right after this, it's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff is sent into the end zone. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. Pay the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona. 3-0, the Lobos lead after Sam Brown preceded that touchback with a 26-yard field goal. The Lobos were able to take it to the 4-yard line, got a little bit stalled because of an extra man in the huddle, but still are able to strike first. And here comes the Poston Butte offense, which is generally kept on the ground, split backs behind Mason Lloyd as a man comes in motion. The Lobos are in the neutral zone, and a couple of 5-yard penalties could sure do an awful lot to shape the way this first quarter plays out.
Yeah, especially with the style of play of Poston Butte, where they're so run heavy that 5 yards makes it awfully difficult to stop the first down here.
Believe in the neutral zone that time was Christensen. A little bit anxious to try to pin the ears back and make this run-heavy offense struggle a little bit. They generally go for 232 yards on the ground. Lloyd under center is only completing 44 yards. He's going to work from the shotgun, have a pistol formation behind as he's going to give this one instead to one of the men, and he's going to be surrounded and lose a couple of those yards that were just gained on that encroachment flag, as that's Evan Moore who gets his first action. He runs for 84 yards a game, but -2 on that carry.
And a good penetration from that right side from Bentley, and then Aden Coor again coming in, kind of finishing that run off.
6 minutes to play in the first quarter. 2nd down and 7 for Poston Butte. 3-0, the Lobos lead. So again, under center with Lloyd. Hand this one, I believe, again to Moore. And that was Moore, as this time he's able to go forward for a few yards, but set up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, and Hayden Nichols and Coor there on the stop again for the Snowflake defense.
So 3rd down and 4. The Lobos got a good return almost to the 40, and again penetrated to the 4-yard line of the Broncos before having to settle for a field goal. Trying to go 3 and out now as it's a pistol formation. Fake the handoff. Lloyd rolling to the right side, looking upfield. Now throw this one toward the yard marker, but it's short hopping and incomplete.
Again, good pressure on that right-hand side from the defensive line from Snowflake. Looked like that was a designed rollout a little bit, but they kept him in the kept him in contain and kind of forced that throw to the sideline. That hopefully they throw more like that. I can see why they don't throw the ball very much.
So 3 and out with Ulberg now backtracking between his 40 and 35-yard lines. Can't see who's in to kick as the Broncos are wearing these nifty Navy uniforms, and there's a little bit of pressure and might have been deflected. Still takes a big Poston Butte bounce over the 40 and will continue to tumble all the way to the 36. So a great punt, all factors considered, as they're providing a little bit of pressure. I believe that was Andrew Bentley.
Yeah, Bentley's been about a fingernail away from about 3 or 4 blocks the last 2 weeks, so he may be getting one here before we're done tonight.
5:07 to play in the first. The Lobos held the football for 5.5 minutes to start the ball game. And if you're just now joining us, Jacob LaDuke did not play in that first series and about every other play for Carter Rabin. He ran for 5 yards on 3 carries, but Canton Turley right now doing most of the legwork. 46 yards on 8 carries as both he and Rabin are come out on either side of Flake, who's been starting at quarterback here and continuing into the first quarter ages. Shotgun snap, handed off Rabin, trying to come to the near side, where this time he's able to catch the edge, but a nice recovery there by the Broncos. He does gain 2 or 3, but that's the first time they've really had easy, positive movement there off that right side.
Yeah, that play looked like it had some potential to pop really good, and they did a really good job on that outer edge. They contained and turned him back into that pursuit.
So 2nd down, they're going to give him 6. Beg your pardon, 2nd down and 4 after. Oh, let's take 3. 2nd down and 6, they gave him 4.
I was going to say that's a favorable 6.
Single man in the backfield is Turley. They fake the handoff. Flake now has got a man behind the defense. It's Ulberg, but he overshoots him just a little bit.
Yeah, really nice play design. They've been running the ball. Good play action passer, and they actually had Ulberg on that post pattern and got behind the defense, just missed him.
So 3rd and 6 after the Lobos are able to force Poston Butte into a 3 and out. The Broncos trying to return the favor. 4:23 to go here in the first. 3-0 Snowflake leading. And they had a man, just couldn't lay it in there as Flake from the shotgun in another passing situation. Again, starts moving the pocket to the left, throws this one out for Turley, who's immediately met and forced out of bounds. Correction, that's Ulberg.
It looks like they called the same pass play that they ran down at the goal line, and Flake was able to get Ulberg on the underneath route this time, but just not quite enough for the first down.
Gains 2, but that's still well shy of the first down marker. His clock stopped as he was tackled out of bounds at 4:18, and here's Brown punting it away for the first time. Trying to set up a return, kicks this one high but relatively short. Bounces though at the 25 and then going straight underneath the legs and all the way down to the goal line, and it will be a touchback.
How is that a touchback if that was touched by, you can just tell by the way that 10 reacted that he touched that ball.
Riley Campbell point. Seeing if we can get a replay. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
I think he touches it again right there.
Yeah, he touched it twice.
Yeah, he certainly touched it at the goal line. Whether he touched it on that short hop or not,
I guess maybe he touched it the second time after it was already in the end zone, but I thought that was...
I mean, maybe if the official saw it that way, that he didn't touch it the first time and that he was in the end zone on the second touch. Because as soon as that football touches the goal line, it should be a dead ball and a touchback on a punt. However, it looked like that ball was touched about the 2-yard line.
Well, Poston Butte perhaps picking up a little bit of a break with 4:07 in the first quarter. Couldn't move the chains. Now the handoff goes to Moore after he started on the wide receiving spot, running left to right, and then tries to catch the edge, but is going to be immediately met, and I think it was Coor.
Yeah, between I think Coor and I think Aden Nichols got him turned in again on that. So linebackers are really flowing to the football really well tonight.
Moore had 60 yards on 12 carries in the last ball game at Eastmark. Right now, getting an awful lot of work in the first quarter as he sets up now in the backfield, 2nd and 9 for the Broncos. So I think this is a keeper, or was it?
Yeah,
yes, it was. Trying to go to the right side and can't get much. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
And Bentley ran that down from the backside. So if Bentley's able to run him down on a keep, that's going to be awfully difficult for Poston Butte to get anything going offensively. That's a really, really good play by Andrew Bentley.
Just the 6th play from scrimmage here for Poston Butte. Clock approaching 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3-0 Snowflake leads as Lloyd drops back, starts moving the pocket to his left. He's got a man open in the flat and said he's going to look for a little bit more work. Guy cut at the 40 and brought down immediately, but a huge play on 3rd down and 8. Takes it all the way into Snowflake territory. Gain of 38 on the pass as it was completed to Diego Ochoa.
Really nice play design. You can see the tackle came out and kind of sealed the edge. Gave Lloyd a lot of time to get his feet set.
Now, remember, his drive started when it looked as if the Lobos had recovered a fumbled punt in the end zone. Instead, here, running after pulling the option back, Lloyd takes this one over the left side and winds up gaining 7. So this is a huge moment in the ballgame, especially for Snowflake's defense.
Yeah, and a really good play by Merrick Goldberg to get off the block and get that tackle after that 7-yard gain. But really interesting, Poston Butte hits that big play and then really hustles up. Ran that play within about 5 seconds again.
2:15 to go in the first quarter. First time that Poston Butte's moved the chains and penetrated into Snowflake territory as Lloyd moves more to his right from the shotgun. Going to instead give this one to Folletti. And he has his first carry, goes 4 yards, and has a first down.
Yeah, looks like Aden Nichols again in on that tackle, but I think the first down's so important in this game. If Snowflake can, hold them to 2 yards or less, some negative plays, I think it'll be awfully difficult for Poston Butte to sustain any drives. But the last couple of first down plays have been pretty good plays for him.
1st and 10 from the Snowflake 33-0 the Broncos trail as they turn and give this one to Folletti as he is met immediately at the line of scrimmage.
It looks like Victor Woodside and Cody Flake at the defensive line just met him right as he got back to the line of scrimmage.
So set up 2nd and 9. You see how after the 38-yard pass play to get it in Snowflake territory, but now perhaps a bit behind schedule, they're going to respond as under center goes Lloyd. Folletti is the man back, and they fake a handoff to him. Now trying to run this one to the right side where he's going to throw this one again into the flat and again have a man caught over the yard marker as this time it's again Ochoa.
Yeah, they're doing Poston Butte's doing a really good job rolling him out. The tackle's kind of giving up that inside rush and then turning and sealing the outside. Lloyd's able to get out to the outside. He's able to get his feet set, have a really, really clean throwing angle to complete those passes.
Under a minute to go in the first, and into the red zone go the Broncos, trailing 3-0, but have moved the chains twice now while using the pass as Folletti gets this one, goes to the right side, was immediately met but bounces off of a tackler and then winds up forcing his way toward the 10 and gains 5 or 6.
Yeah, another good play there. They open up that hole on that right edge, and Folletti hit that hole pretty hard, and it's a really good gain on first down for him.
So again, go back to what we had said before the kickoff, that you don't want to be the team, this Poston Butte club figures it all out. So they're putting all facets together, and you look at the way that they're containing the right side of Snowflake's offensive line. Now have completed the last 2 passes that have gone for 48 yards and are continuing to be able to move the chains with the ground and pound as the clock ticks toward the close of the first quarter. The Lobos are going to go into the second with the lead, but it kind of feels like Poston Butte's kind of figured it out.
Yeah, we could be in for a dogfight tonight is kind of the feeling here.
3-0 after 1, and 2nd and 6 coming up for the Broncos. Right after this, it's Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable, always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Start the second quarter with the Lobos, who took the opening kick around the 40, went all the way to the Poston Butte 4, but are playing without Jacob LaDuke. Kind of hurt themselves by sending an extra man into the huddle and wound up facing 2nd and then 3rd and 9. Couldn't convert. Had to settle for a 26-yard field goal from Sam Brown. Came out, guns blazing on the defensive side, forced a Bronco 3 and out, but a 38-yard pass play on 3rd down turned the field around, if nothing else. And now here's the ground-heavy Poston Butte offense in the pistol formation with Folletti deep as they're going to try the option coming to the near side, and sliding through a couple of would-be tacklers is Mason Lloyd, who kept that one, called his own number, gained 4, and sets up 3rd and short.
Yeah, just a old-fashioned quarterback lead. They had both the running back and the out in front, and were able to get the edge on that thing and put them right in the situation they want to be on that 3rd and 2.
Looks like it's a long 2, and I have no idea how confident the Broncos may be in the kicking game. Got split backs behind Lloyd, gives to no, he pulls it back and is going to take this one to the pylon and get it in the end zone for the score. It looked as if Folletti was falling down right when he had his hands on that one. I don't know if he did that because...
Yeah, the ball handling there by the quarterback, Lloyd, was really, really good, and you can see when he put the ball in the belly of the running back, it drew all of the Snowflake defense.
A Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown is run in from 6 yards out.
I guess the fact they're going for 2 answers your question about their comfortability with the kicking game.
Now, I want to know if perhaps we can see that touchdown once more after this 2-point conversion attempt, as Lloyd, working from the pistol, is going to come to the near side, toss this one to Folletti as he gets stopped at the 5. Big hits, especially from Olberg, who was there, as well as Jet Smith. But here's the touchdown one more time, and I want to know, did Lloyd pull this back when it looked like Folletti? Oh, well, it will be only for our imagination, as there's 11:22 to go. And the first time anybody gets into the end zone are the Broncos, who lead now 6-3 in the second quarter. It's Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait, including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers, and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
All righty. Poston Butte winds up going 80. Remember, that drive started when it looked as if the punt was potentially fumbled into the end zone, as this time a squibber on the Northland Pioneer College kickoff will be fallen upon wisely. Pretty good field position after Coor is able to maintain and secure possession there. When it's time to kick off your college education, go to NPC, pay the lowest tuition in the state. But Lobos looked like they had forced a special teams breakdown, and instead watch as Poston Butte goes 80 yards and now has a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, they certainly were the beneficiaries of a questionable call, but still good offensive execution, a good drive, long drive after that missed call.
LaDuke has not played and does not look as if he's poised to come out there, as from the shotgun, Flake hands this one to Turley, stretches this one along the 30 before he's eventually chased down and brought down by Jalen Brooks.
A really good defensive flow there from Brooks from that. So here's
Isaiah Robin had actually credited with the stop, as well as Cardenas. So no yards on the last 2 carries for Turley, as they're also seemingly playing with a little bit of a banged-up Carter Rabin. And Judd Flake, who was held to 3 and out, working from the shotgun, trying to set this one up with Olberg, has this one deflected off of his fingertips. That came out a little bit too hot.
Yeah, the throw was only about 5 yards, but it had a little bit of pace on it. It was up a little bit. Olberg got his hands on it, but wasn't able to haul it in.
So the Lobos now trailing 6-3 and are again in danger of another 3 and out. Snowflake debuted as the number 1 team in the AIA's rankings, and are coming down here and playing a Poston Butte team that has been very, very close a number of times this season. As Flake starts moving the pocket to the right side, now unloads as he's trying to get this one to Silverhorn, but he got a little bit turned around, thought that was going over a different shoulder, and instead falls incomplete, and the Lobo punting unit is going to have to come back out.
Yeah, it looks like there's just a little bit of a miscommunication on that at the top end of the route. So, well, we'll need the defense to step up here now.
Have not just gone 3 and out on the last 2 possessions, but have only gained a combined 4 yards. As Brown is ready to punt this away to Riley Campbell. Again, a little bit short, this time angling right toward him, and then it's a Poston Butte bounce and comes back to the 40. So excellent field position here for the Broncos, who lead 6-3, have the game's longest play from scrimmage. That was the 38-yard connection between Lloyd and Ochoa. Ochoa's got both of the receptions, as he's good for 48 yards. But the bigger story is the way that Lloyd has really started working the option, as he has 18 yards on 4 carries, splitting time with Folletti and Evan Moore.
Yeah, and the option, if you're a really aggressive defense, that option can be really difficult to defend sometimes.
Give this one to Moore as he comes to the right and jumps forward after it looked like he might be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Instead, fights his way out and winds up gaining 6.
Again, just a halfback lead again, and they're just getting everybody out in front, trying to outnumber Snowflake on the edge there, and they did a pretty good job on that time as well.
Second down now and 4, 10 minutes to play in the half, 6-3. Broncos have the lead and the football as they're approaching midfield. Continuing to operate with Moore and Folletti in the backfield as they turn and give Folletti. Tries to go right up the gut and is able to bully his way out for a yard to set up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, Gabe Kennard got him in right about the line of scrimmage there, and he was just able to finish that run for about a yard gain. But big 3rd down play here for the Snowflake defense.
One wonders if they might have to make 2 plays.
Certainly you got to be looking at that option.
See what happens here first on 3rd down and 3. Again with the pistol, Folletti's deep. Instead give way as nearly met in the backfield, and then fighting his way toward the yard marker is Moore. And he's going to be a yard short. That ought to make the conversation even more complicated.
Yeah, nice play there. Looks like that's Aden Coor coming to get him, stop him about a yard short on that. So I think with as well as they've been running that football, I'm looking something coming to this right side.
4th and 1 and no sign of a punter. Doesn't look like the Lobos are anticipating any sort of special teams play. 8 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second. Taking their time in the huddle. is now hurrying to the line of scrimmage, needing 1 yard to maintain possession. Split backs behind Lloyd. Snowflake's already jumped into the neutral zone once, but don't have to worry about that one as Lloyd is very, very, very close. And it looks like a favorable spot is going to have him moving the chains.
What, look, I don't know. Whoa, that's going to be really, really close. I mean, I don't know. We're right on the 50-yard line here, and
that was a very, very, very favorable spot.
And they just moved that ball back to the 49. He's short, but they've already moved the chains.
So the Lobos perhaps victimized again after it looked like they had picked up a fumbled punt in the end zone, instead had to go for a touchback. I think that was probably a first down no matter what, but again, a very, very kind spot as now the handoff goes Moore. Nope. Pulling this one back is Lloyd, trying to circle back behind Folletti as the lead blocker and eventually forced out of bounds. Gains 10, moves the chains into Snowflake territory.
And I believe, was that Folletti that just dropped somebody out there on the edge? It looked like he got to Trip Whiting, put him on his back and kind of open up that edge for him.
So the first down takes it to the Snowflake 41, 8 minutes and 10 seconds to play. First half, Poston Butte on its possession following a touchdown is once again picking up right where it left off. Split wide out to the left side is Campbell. Instead, a handoff goes Moore. He tries to force something inside, but winds up gaining maybe 2.
Looks like Victor Woodside again with the stop inside. So, again, a good stop on first down from the Snowflake defense. So this should put them in a good position here to get a stop on this set of downs.
Again, already on the plus side, though, and thinking that they might have to get 3 more. As the Broncos come to the line of scrimmage, this time going to split 3 out wide. That includes Robinette as they try to set up a screen, had by Moore, but he's met by a few tacklers, so he spins away from 1 and winds up gaining 6 and sets up 3rd and short.
Well, that's what you get with teams that run the football, right, is you end up in 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 3s, it seems like all night, right? And every play you're going to have a tough defensive line, offensive line play. Someone's going to have to come up and make a play here. And then you got to do it again on 4th down like we saw in the last one. So
to the 33, 3rd down and 3. It's Poston Butte 29 in the debut of the rankings, as this time going with Folletti. He's met at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to say his forward progress stopped, even though he wound up tackled beyond the yard marker.
No, they're calling a horse collar on Nichols. Again, another suspect call. Typically, we don't talk much about the officials here, but I mean, a horse collar when you're face on, and certainly it didn't look like he had him by the shoulder pads. I don't understand that call at all.
Oh, they're saying face mask.
Face mask, okay, all right. I kept seeing the line judge was reaching like he was grabbing a shoulder pad. Yeah, he had him by the face mask, so that's a good call. You got to take all that back about the officiating.
As long as you're willing to admit it.
I guess that's right. Not during basketball season, though.
Into the red zone go the Broncos on the 18-yard line. Handoff goes to the right side, where it'll be Moore who gains 2. Nope, that's Folletti.
Again, another good stop there by the Snowflake defensive line, putting us in a 2nd and 9 situation again. So, again, a big 2nd down play here for the Snowflake defense.
Shout out to the San Diego Padres, who continue to be the loudest and cutest story in all of baseball. As they're rolling the pocket to the right side, Lloyd trying to go over the top where he's got a man caught. That's Moore, right? No, and there he's in the end zone for the score. A 17-yard pitch and catch and a Comfort Fit Dentures first down.
Again, a good job rolling him outside, so they're keeping him away from the pressure. They get that defensive end pinned underneath.
Mason Lloyd is now successful on his last 4, and including that one for 17. And now again going for 2, leading 12-3. As rolling the pocket to the right side again with Lloyd, again looking toward the goal line, this time trying to find Campbell, but it was deflected before it got to him. So unsuccessful on 2 two-point conversions, but with 5:58 to go in the second quarter, 12-3, Poston Butte leads the Lobos, as this is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
12-3, the Lobos punched in the mouth on consecutive possessions. 5:58 to try to get some points up after Snowflake took its first drive to the 4, had to settle for a field goal, got a 3 and out. But a huge 38-yard pass play really opened up the Broncos' attack as another, this one is off of one of the Lobos before it goes out of bounds, taking this one along the far sideline. Can't see who that is, but he winds up with a good return over the 40.
Is that Aden Coor again? He was the one who handled that punt last time. No, that looks like that's...
Might have been Olberg.
No,
Lerma.
Lerma.
So the Lobos going without LaDuke and seeing Rabin about as half as frequently as would ordinarily be the case. And Judd Flake, who is 1 for 5 for 2 yards through the air. Canton Turley has only gained 7 yards on his last 4 carries as there's split backs on either side of him. Go with Turley as he accelerates over the middle, bounces it out to the left side. He's in Poston Butte territory over to the 40 before he's eventually spun down, and there is just what the Lobos needed after getting stalled completely on their previous 2 possessions. Get a 16-yard gain and a first down for Turley.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line, open that hole. Turley hit the hole, really good vision to cut that thing out, and really good play on first down.
Rabin again running out, this time with Baum. As in Poston Butte territory for the first time since their first possession, the Lobos with 5:25 to play in the half trail 12-3. Turley is on Flake's left. Tripp's going to the right side. No, that is not Flake. As accelerating that one toward the right side is Mason Rabin, sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, it looks like they just run that wildcat play, I guess, if you will, for Rabin to run that ball. Flake's back in the game now.
Winds up going for 5, maybe 4. Second down and 6 is announced over us. So the Lobos bring Carter Rabin back out. Flake in between him and Turley as the handoff goes. Carter Rabin goes to the right side, strung out, straight arm, and is able to fight his way over the yard marker again for a first down. It looked like he was going to have to go laterally more than anything, but winds up gaining 7.
Yeah, another good run there, Rabin. Looks like he was contacted short of the first down, but kept driving his feet and did a really good job to gain that first down.
4:35 to go in the half. 12-3 the Lobos trail. This here's Rabin with another carry, this time serpentining up the center and winds up going for 4. But right now the Lobos trying to give the Broncos a bit of their own medicine.
Yeah, just another good tough run again. And again, if you can gain, 3-4 yards on first down, it sure makes second down and third down much easier.
Ball winds up
4 yards behind, yeah.
So they've now said Rabin winds up gaining maybe 4 or 5. Everything's set up as fake the handoff, pressured from behind, picks up a block, throws this one out to Silverhorn on the near sideline, and met immediately as he runs over the 15, but it's good for 10 yards and a first down. That ought to do something for Flake's confidence.
Yeah, nice. It looked like he was in a little bit of trouble there, but he stayed calm, made a really good throw.
And a nice pocket presence there. I thought he was going to get brought down, but somebody got a good chip block in just at the last moment. So back into the red zone go the Lobos. 3:40 to go, first and 10 on the 14. Receivers on either side, including Ulberg on the left. Instead, it's going to be Rabin, who starts to the right, comes back to the left, goes over the 10, over the 5, and nearly a first down as he gains 9.
Another good tough run again. They're hitting that hole on the right side, and they're able to get that cut back to the left. Probably the best thing to be just about a half-yard short, give them a few more downs here inside the 5.
Lobos going with tempo. Same formation, Rabin and Turley on the left and right. Handoff goes Turley as he tries the left side. Didn't need much, and I don't know if he got any of it.
Yeah, it looks like they're spotting him down at the 5 again.
So Turley stuck on 62 yards on 11 carries. Clock's under 3 minutes to go with the Poston Butte offense having all sorts of success on its last 2 possessions. Went up now into the neutral zone, but apparently not enough. So Flake taking a look at his sideline. Still have lots of time to try to get a play off as he's got Rabin on the left. He gets the call. No, it's going to be Turley going over the left side and into the end zone for the score from 5 out. The Lobos are in pay dirt for the first time. A Comfort Fit Dentures first down as Turley has 67 yards now, including 5 on that run. And again, did Snowflake ever need that?
Yeah, the good long drive there to get him kind of back in the football game, kind of stem the momentum a little bit.
2:26, though, is more than enough time for Poston Butte, and the Broncos are going to get the ball to start the second half. So Brown coming out to try to make it a 2-point game as the snap is down and a little bit of pressure, but he's got that one up and very, very good. 12-10, the Lobos trail. 2:26 to go in the half. It's Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Like that interception they threw.
12-10, Poston Butte leading and ready to get the ball back on this Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, go to NPC for the lowest tuition in the state. As this one angling away, and I think that the Lobos were not all on the same page. So this might cost them 5 yards. And
legal formation.
Perhaps it's just going to provide Brown an opportunity to show that he's got 65 yards worth of leg. Got to move this back to the 30. So after the third 5-yard penalty that the Lobos have inflicted upon themselves, they also had that 15-yarder on the face mask. And Brown approaches this one, and not quite 65 yards, though. It's dropped inside the 5, trying to direct traffic and approaching the 20, and eventually, still on his feet over the 20 to the 22. So I don't know how many kickers in the state of Arizona could have taken a 5-yard penalty and lost essentially 3 yards.
Yeah, he still kicked that thing inside the 5, and he got the drop on the kick return. I'm surprised they were able to get that thing outside of the 20.
2:19 to go. Poston Butte has all of its timeouts. Starting on the 22, they did this on the first scoring drive. The Broncos went 80.
They've had some success throwing the football so far this half. It'll be interesting to see what they choose to do here. They got 80 yards in 2 minutes. I'd be interested to see if they're just going to run the ball, see if they can break a play, if they're going to try to look downfield.
Got a single man split wide left, but that time it was Poston Butte that started getting a little bit happy feet.
That's the first penalty on Poston Butte tonight,
I
believe.
Scored on the last 2 possessions. And In a world where halves of football frequently flirt with 2 hours, you got to love this pace.
Well, that's right. We may be looking at a game that might not get to 2 hours tonight.
1st and 15, back to the 17. 12-10, Poston Butte leads and has the football. Single man on the near side is Ochoa. He's been the favorite target downfield as Lloyd pitches this one.
Well, that ball's free.
No, the ball's free and scooped up by whom?
Looked like Brent White got it, I believe.
It's recovered at the 1, and I think the signal went to the Lobos.
Yeah,
it was very nonchalant.
It was Brent White again. They tried to run that little trick reverse on that option. That pitch was high. Looked like it almost rested on top of the running back's helmet, and he got hit. And then the ball came free.
So, there's a flag out also. The Lobos' defense is still out there. Now, Snowflake would be not incorrect in suggesting that it's been on the bad end of some interesting calls. And now instead of having 1st and goal at the 1, a targeting flag has been thrown against Snowflake. Why not? Well, we can't give you a replay. I didn't see anything that looked egregious. And that's the second time in this half of football that Snowflake thought it was going to have the football either in the end zone or right around it. And instead, watch as Snowflake is pushing its defense back of the 30, 1st and 1. Is that what we're to believe? If it's a targeting flag, is that not an automatic 1st down?
And it was 1st and 15, and so they walked 5, or maybe they walked 5 up and 14 back. I don't know, but there's no way. I don't believe this is a spot of the foul. I don't believe I've ever seen targeting called on a running play. In all the football games that I've watched.
Yeah.
It's really hard to go back again. We didn't see it, so it's hard to comment on it.
Well,
it just feels like a really strange flag, especially where it was thrown. It was kind of 3 yards upfield, not where the running back was. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
And it doesn't exactly inspire confidence when they're having to huddle up twice to try to figure out if a 15-yard flag on 1st and 15 results in a 1st down. Snowflake has just called a timeout. It's, without trying to bang on the referees, but I'm probably just going to go ahead and fight through the urge. That punt that went right through Riley Campbell's legs, and you said it at the time, the way he ran after the football sure seemed as if he thought that he had touched that thing, and then it sure looked like, from our vantage point, that he touched it again as it was going into the end zone, which I don't know what the rule is, if this is like a touchback on a kick. So I'm trying to be fair just because of my ignorance. But if it was twice touched and it goes into the end zone, I don't think it matters if it breaks the goal line. That's a live ball.
No, if it's once touched right by the offensive team, it doesn't matter. I mean, if the defensive team touches it first, it goes in, you can still get a touchback on it. But if the return team touches it, that thing's a fumble, and it depends on who recovers it. And for the life of me, how we don't have a 1st down here, I mean, maybe this is my math teacher coming out, but 5 yards back, 15 forward is going to equal a net gain of 10. I don't know how we have a 1st and 1.
I'll make it even simpler. 1st and 15 and a 15-yard flag. 15 minus 15 is 0 and a 1st down.
Yeah, and I don't unless they're saying that the targeting is a spot of the foul flag.
Which even then I believe it was behind the line of scrimmage, so it should be 1st and 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm not, and that flag was thrown 2 or 3 yards in front of the line of scrimmage, but it looks like the officials seem to be struggling. And just talking to officials, they would, at least in basketball, right? They tell me that, look, if you're not quite sure what happened, if you just wait a second, the kids will tell you what happened, right?
Yeah.
They'll just by their actions you can read. And certainly on that punt return, he touched the football because he was going after it like it was like he'd fumbled the football.
Well, reason has prevailed, and it is 1st and 10 for Poston Butte as the handoff goes to Moore as he starts running to the left side, gets stopped at the 35. The Lobos Once again, if you're late joining us, looked like they had picked up a fumble in the end zone in the first quarter, but that wound up being a touchback. Looks like they recovered a fumble at the 1-yard line, but a targeting flag is going to negate that. And instead, here are the Broncos. 2nd and 7, 3 timeouts, and 1 minute and 50 seconds left until halftime. Lloyd drops back and starts rolling to the near side. Pressured, unloads, has this one caught and met immediately at the 35 as the grab is had by Campbell, but he is a little late getting up.
Yeah, Jojo Lerma there coming up and making that hit from his linebacker position.
So that was not at the 35. That was at the 38. But it'll still be 3rd down and short, maybe 4.
A big 3rd down play here for the Snowflake defense. It looks like they want to get the ball back here before half, using their timeouts now.
Remind you that the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show will be coming at you as soon as the next minute and a half are played. A little bit of a dice roll here by the Lobos as they're using their timeouts, but if Poston Butte is able to pick up these 4 yards, it's going to have had the clock stopped twice and still have all 3 of its timeouts.
Yeah, and they'll be pushing midfield at that time if they're able to convert here. So big play by the defense here. They interested to see what Poston Butte will call. It'll kind of give you some insight onto what they're wanting to do here for the end of the half.
Jet Smith playing deep, but the other 10 Lobos are within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. As split backs go behind Mason Lloyd. Hand it off. No, he keeps it. Pulls it back. Tripped up as he tries to get to the near sideline and eventually run out of bounds over the 40. And looks like he's got enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, looks like Snowflake had a shot at him in the backfield and just had missed, and he was able to get that 1st down by about a half yard.
So move the chains and still with all 3 timeouts with 1 minute and 25 seconds left. Poston Butte leads 12-10. This drive extended after a helmet-to-helmet flag removed a turnover from the Poston Butte ledger. Now the Broncos moving the field ball toward midfield as the handoff goes Moore. He's going over the left side and gains 10, maybe 11, and into Snowflake territory. So clock moving as the ball's set, 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Fake the handoff. Now again rolling to the near side, looking upfield, pressured. Throw this along the sideline where it was intended for Moore, but it was deflected and incomplete. No, well, maybe he came out with it out of bounds.
Yeah, he caught it, and it doesn't look like, it looks like the officials are trying to.
Got the back judge insisting it was incomplete.
Yeah, the back judge from the middle of the field is making the call on the sideline. But I get it good on the side. I guess it's, I don't know if he's the head linesman on this side, but I guess he obviously didn't see it. At least he did ask for help instead of trying to guess.
Minute and 9 seconds left now, 2nd and 10 for the Broncos. A split out wide to the right is Moore. Last 3 passes have come toward him. Correction, Riley Campbell had one in the midst of all that. As the handoff instead going over the 45. Couldn't see who got that call. As it'll be Jalen Brooks getting his first action.
Yeah, they're going up tempo again here.
Gains 5, make it 3rd and 5. Brooks now moving to the left as the handoff is fake to Moore, and then Brooks now rolling to the left and throwing this one into the flat where it's going to be dislodged. And, well, our players are pursuing it as if it was a live ball. And apparently that will be a live ball recovered by the Broncos.
Yeah, it looks like a fumble, and they're spotting it at that. Be interested to see if Snowflake will take a time out here and force him to punt. Doesn't look like it.
Snowflake used 2 timeouts earlier in this possession, but now seemingly more content to just go in trailing 2. Snowflake twice, the Lobos, looked as if they were going to pick up a special team score and a defensive score, but as Poston Butte looks like it's content to take a 2-point lead in the locker room. We'll go into the break trailing 12-10. Well, hold on a minute. Now the Broncos will take a timeout with a second left.
Well, what if they'll be, obviously, I mean, they're certainly not taking the time out here to punt, so you'd expect them to run some sort of, Hail Mary play or something, I guess, along those lines.
Since we have a moment, I'll go ahead and shout out, I believe that was Aden Coor who has the best option at this point for the Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game. If you need glass for your home or business, Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call. When you need quality glass at affordable prices, Deemer's Glass, 1-888-GLASS-MAN. As we call Aden Coor's number an awful lot with some of that glass shatter.
Yeah, he runs to the football so well, and he runs with a purpose, right? When he's looking to do damage when he gets to the football.
So 45 yards from the goal line. I don't know if Lloyd has shown he's got that kind of strength. Do you open up the playbook for some trickeration?
Yeah, I don't know. After fumbling that reverse when they got the targeting call back here, I would be surprised if this is, especially with that formation. I'm betting there's going to be some sort of play action pass, and they're probably going to try to hit one of these receivers going deep.
Snowflake trying to get in there, and he'll have the game's first sack. A trio of Lobos wind up bringing Lloyd down, and that'll be how the half ends. 12-10, the Broncos take the lead into the locker room. We'll begin the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show after this at Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learning new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at...
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers, and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
This is iTalk 106.7's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
12-10, Poston Butte leading Snowflake here at the half. This is the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show. For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of Pine Top on Highway 260, just before you get to the Honda Casino. Second of 3 games that the Lobos are having to travel down to the Valley to play, playing this one without a starting quarterback and with what seems as if a little bit of a limited Carter Raven, though he has run 28 yards on 7 carries. But the bigger story has been the way that the Lobos' defense, which does not seem to be suffering any major injuries, is not having much success stopping the Poston Butte aerial attack. If you had said that they were going to have a hard time, I would have assumed it was going to be the ground game, but it's the aerial efforts from Mason Lloyd, who is 5 of 8 for 77 yards right now, that's been hurting the Lobos the most.
Yeah, as we talked coming in, I don't think they've thrown for 100 yards in any game yet this year, and so certainly you're geared up to stop the run, and it felt like every time they needed a play, they got a play out of their passing game. They've done a really good job at getting Lloyd out on the perimeter and opening up some passing lanes for him, probably giving him a little better vision out on that edge. And, they've been able to convert, I think, 3 third downs, throwing the football. So
Mason Lloyd, 5 of 8, 77 yards, including a 17-yard touchdown. On the season, he converts 44% of his passes, averages 48 yards a game. It's coming off of one where he was 6 of 12 for 93 yards and a touchdown. So it seems like the last couple of weeks they've been figuring it out a little bit better as you're taking a look there on the YouTube/Facebook feed and seeing his favorite initial target, Ochoa. But it's been Evan Moore who's caught the last 2. Well, I should say he and Riley Campbell have split the last 4, but Moore had the 17-yard touchdown. He was also initially the featured back. He has 25 yards. Easton Folletti has 16, and Mason Lloyd has run for 34, including a 6-yard score. So if they are able to mix both the ground and air game, what do the Lobos need to do to try to contain either?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess that's what hopefully the coaches are discussing right now. I think they're offensively to slow that passing game down a little bit. I think they need to keep him in the pocket, not let him get that edge. And I think he doesn't look like he's comfortable standing in the pocket. So I think that's the first thing I'd look at least on the passing game. For the running game, I think it's just that the defensive line needs to assert itself. We in the past 4 or 5 games, it feels like we've given up 1 or 2 long touchdown drives in the first half. Second half, though, it feels like our defensive line comes out, steps up a little bit, starts making plays. So I would fully expect that to happen again, they've got.
What are the differences there, though, with traditionally when they're making plays, it's because they got a little bit more of a conventional passer that they're able to just kind of rush toward. Now they're just more trying to contain. Is there a difference in the approach to that?
Yeah, there absolutely is, and I think as we can see it on some of these option plays, right, where you can't just, pin your ears back and go to the quarterback. You got to play assignment football at that point, and sometimes that aggressiveness works against you in that situation. So hopefully the coaches will have a plan to get that rectified. I think, that option play is what's hurt them a little bit in the run game. So hopefully if they can get that figured out, they should have a good go. But they've been a really good second-half defensive football team this year, outside of the Bradshaw Mountain game. I don't know if they've given up a score in the second half. So I expect them to come out. I expect Aden Coor and the defensive line to kind of lead the way.
On the other side of it, Flake getting the start in place of LaDuke. He's not looked entirely comfortable. He's 2 for 6 for 12 yards. What do you think that the Lobos can do to try to make him feel a little bit more sense of ease? Yeah,
I like that, when they got that ball out to Silverhorn, kind of roll him a little half roll out to the left and kind of give him that short throw. They tried to run a screen pass for him. I think that he was two screens. They tried the first one of the game, then they tried to throw that one to Olberg that was a little hot. So I would expect them to come out and give him a couple of short throws, maybe a little bit, and get him some confidence. And then hopefully that will help them get that passing game moving a little bit. They don't need much out of it. I think their running game is still going to be effective as they go through tonight, but they just need that threat of that pass game to be there.
Halftime here, the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store conversation as Poston Butte leads the Lobos 12-10. For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of Pine Top on Highway 260 just before you get to the Honda Casino. Continue the conversation after this at Show Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learning new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show. For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of Pine Top on Highway 260, just before you get to the Honda Casino. So we take a look here at the numbers with the Lobos trailing Poston Butte 12-10. Got Judd Flake, who's making the start in place of Jacob LaDuke. He's 2 for 6 for 12 yards. It's opened things up for Canton Turley, who's rushed for 67 yards and a touchdown on 12 carries. Carter Rabin limited to 7 carries on 28 yards, but the limiting isn't necessarily in the carries. He's been running on and off the field an awful lot. Silverhorn has a catch for 10 yards. Olberg has one for 2. On the other side of it, Mason Lloyd, perhaps in a bit of a surprise, 5 for 8 for 77 yards, including a 17-yard touchdown. That went to Evan Moore, who has 2 catches for 17 yards. Diego Ochoa, 2 catches for 48 yards. Riley Campbell, 2 catches for 6 yards. The ground game, which ordinarily averages 232 yards for the Broncos, is being led by Mason Lloyd from the quarterback position. He's been expertly navigating the option. 34 yards on 6 carries. Easton Folletti has 16 yards on 6 carries, and Evan Moore has 25 yards on 8 carries. The Broncos went 80 yards when it looked as if a fumbled punt was going to be recovered by the Lobos, either at the goal line or in the end zone. Instead, wound up being an 80-yard opportunity for the Poston Butte offense, and then it looked like they had recovered one at the 1, but instead of targeting flag, provided Poston Butte with another opportunity, though that drive stalled around midfield as the half ended. It's 12-10. We'll have the third quarter for you right after this. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 premium luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learning new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
has been iTalk 106.7's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
Twelve to 10, Poston Butte won the toss, has the lead, and will receive the kick to start the second half. The first possession defensively for the Lobos was masterful. 3 plays and a punt. The next 2 went for almost no yardage, but that was when it all kind of came off the rails. The 38-yard pass play between Lloyd and Ochoa, and really turned the tide, we'll say, as from that point forward, the next quarter and a half, we'll say, the Broncos were, dare I say, dominant on the offensive side. So this is a huge sequence here coming out for the Lobos.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as these games are not that fun to be in, like we talked about pregame, that Snowflake really has been challenged all year. So it feels like for the first time they're dealing with adversity. They got some injuries. Some calls certainly have gone against them. They're on the road, conference game. You know, this feels like the first time they've dealt with adversity. So you're going to look for some leadership, someone to step up, make some plays, see if they can get momentum turned. It could be a really good situation for the ball club to kind of grow a little bit more than if they would have just come down here and won 41-0.
Now playing also with a couple of players down. Definitely LaDuke, who I think we see walking up the sideline there. He still is totally dressed out, but haven't even seen him play catch since the game started. The Broncos are just now coming out of the locker room. The 3 minutes have already been run off. So you got Moore, who's trying to do some high knees, coming back in to receive the kick. You got, who's that, Robinette, who's back at the goal line trying to jump up and get loose. It's a little bit of a difficult circumstances. The Bronco coaches might have just kind of lost track of time in there.
Yeah, it's easy to do. I'll tell you that. So that's why you have assistant coaches and support staff, so they make sure you don't screw stuff like that up.
Brown's got it teed up at the 40. Last time he had to do this, a procedure flag forced him to kick it off from the 35. Didn't really hurt the Lobos as Poston Butte returned it to the 22. But ordinarily, he just blasts this into the end zone. He's already got a 26-yard field goal to his credit to boot, as this is the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. And when it's time to kick off your college education, do so at NPC. Pay the lowest tuition in the state. This time, flags do not fly. This one angling toward the near hash and then off of the shoulder pad. And he was down, having to take a knee to pick that one up. Believe that on the return, that was Robert Howard, sophomore, who I do not believe was expecting to get that one.
No, it's a little shorter than what we're used to seeing from Sam. It settled in at about the 10-yard line, so works out real well for Snowflake special teams.
So this one will set up inside the 10, all the way back at the 6. 11:57 to go to start the third quarter. Broncos had 2 long scoring drives, one of which was 80 yards. Now got an awful lot of real estate in front of him now, leading 12-10. Lloyd, who has thrown for 77 yards and run for 34, is under center. Turns and gives way. Oh, my. Did not see that handoff going to Folletti as they dove that one straight up the gut and over the 15-yard line. Picks up 12 and has a first down.
Yeah, nice quick trap run there from Poston Butte. Interesting, Snowflake's gone to a 5-man defensive front as well. And they were still able to run that ball right off the center.
Receiver on the left, as this time handoff goes Moore, and this time the interior much more well defended as he winds up gaining maybe 2.
Yeah, so interesting adjustment there from Snowflake coaches, again bringing that 5th defensive lineman up. It looks like they've removed one of the safeties. The hell is that, a 3-yard
That
gain?
is an exceptionally generous spot. 3-yard gain as the handoff comes to the near side again using Moore. This time cut down as he approaches the 25-yard line, but let's just wait and see where they're going to mark him.
Looks like Deion Jones coming up from his safety position.
Mark him down at the 26, so perhaps this time a more legitimate gain of 3, but it's going to be 3rd and 4 nonetheless. Snowflake gave up the 12-yard run on the first down play. Clock's under 11 minutes to go in the third quarter, and this has the feel of a little bit of a big play here. 3rd and 4, still relatively deep in their own territory. The Broncos pitch this one out. 2 more. He's going to be brought down. A high grab there. You got to hold your breath if you're a Snowflake fan, and it doesn't look like any flags coming out.
Yeah, Andrew Bentley again on that edge. And I think going with that 5-man front, it gives them a little more leverage on that outside edge, so we're able to keep that corner over there. So,
well, we had said some unfair things perhaps about a targeting flag, but I think Bentley just got away with a horse collar.
Well, I guess it'll even up by the end of the game.
This kick is short, angling away from Olberg. Bounces straight up in the air. He's going to have a chance to return as he takes it to the 38, starts running to his right, and it'll be brought down at the 42. He has to run about 10 yards to gain 4, but still good field position here for the Lobos after giving up a first down and nothing more on their first possession than on the defensive side. Now out comes, one would assume, Judd Flake, who's, again, 2 for 6, 12 yards in on relief, as LaDuke has thus far been unavailable. It's been an awful lot of Canton Turley, 67 yards on 12 carries. Rabin has 28 yards on 7.
So a big offensive possession here for Snowflake. If they can drive down and get some points, take the lead back, I think it'll do a lot for confidence and momentum and things like that. So
receivers coming off to the left, including Silverhorn, is in more of an H-back position. Handoff goes to Turley. He goes right up the middle. He's approaching midfield, winds up gaining 6. He's such a big dude. Once he gets those shoulders squared up, he's awfully hard to bring down.
Yeah, and it just keeps his feet moving and just is always leaning forward. It's you don't ever see him driven backwards on a run.
Gets the call again. This time goes over midfield, turns his back and keeps the wheels going and winds up gaining 5 and is very close to a first down. Yes, indeed. I say question mark on that first down, in large part because 3 officials who were trying to spot that thing were each on different spots on the floor. Instead, into Poston Butte territory, gaining 11 yards on 2 carries for Turley. 9:40 to go in the third, 12-10. The Lobos have the football in Bronco territory but are trailing 2. Flake again goes with Turley, again goes over the middle, again is able to put that head down and force his way over the 45 and gain a tough, hard-fought 5 yards.
Yeah, again, it's 2-3 yards after contact for every time that he touches the football. He's such an impressive interior runner.
Now we've seen what Poston Butte can do once it starts sucking the Snowflake defense toward the interior. Here's 3 running plays that have pretty much gone straight up the gut. Handoff this time goes Rabin, and he's going to do some nifty footwork as he goes over the 35 before being tripped up toward the 30. Gains 11 and has another Snowflake first down.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there in the Poston Butte defense as guys are shifting, and they had to hurry up and snap this ball and get it. They got that 12th man on the field. Oh, he got it too.
Rabin's coming to the near side and is eventually brought down. A flag came out from the back judge. Poston Butte has had a very clean football game thus far.
Yeah, they were attempting to get that defensive line. They tried to attempt a defensive line substitution, and they were not just able to get him off the field in time.
Illegal substitution is whistled against the Broncos, so that'll make it 1st and 5 with 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. Snowflake, we'll say it was a 4-and-out on its first defensive series, and now takes this one with the penalty down to the 25. The Lobos have been in the red zone a couple of times, but once had to settle for a field goal, and that's why they trail 12-10. Brenner Green out there now on the left of Flake, as they're going to give him the call as he moves from the left to the right, and runs over the 25, maybe a gain of 2.
Yeah, Green. Green doesn't get many carries, so it's good to see him get a carry here. And hopefully that puts him in a 2nd and 3. So good opportunity again. Move the chains, keep the drive moving.
Green's off the field. Willis just joined the Lobo huddle. As Snowflake alternates between going with rapid pace, and this time they're having a little bit of a live reading in the huddles. You're going to say Green only gained 4. 3 receivers coming out to the left. Now Turley moves over to Flake's right. Takes the shotgun snap and moves in that direction. Wants to throw the ball, looking up the far sideline, trying to come back for it, and a penalty flag comes out from 2 different directions.
Well,
intended man was Smith.
Yeah, when you're, typically this is going to be a defensive pass interference flag, but we never know tonight.
Looks as if Poston Butte's anticipating as much, as a pass interference flag is going to go against the Broncos. Second flag on this series. First down for the Lobos. That will take it inside the red zone. How important is it just to show that they're willing to throw the ball downfield?
Well, they have to do that, right, so the linebackers will get some depth in their drops, and the safeties can't be cheating up to the line of scrimmage as well. So, and it looks like they've gone with, is that Mason Rabin?
Yes, as he's going to take the direct snap, move it to the right side, tries to cut it up, but gets over the 10 and nothing more. Now a flag comes out again toward the end of that one.
It's going to be a hold on Smith, I believe.
And with your backup quarterback out there, that's the last thing that you want to see on first down.
Yeah, they just can't have negative plays here and put themselves in, first and 20s. It's so hard to get that first down converted. At least they're in Sam Brown field goal range here, but.
The initial signal seems to be unsportsmanlike penalty against Poston Butte. Do you ever?
Boy, that's a little surprising because that flag came out while the play was still going on. So I don't know how they got a dead ball foul on that, but we'll take it.
Taking a look at the replay, and it was thrown toward the interior. Well, I don't know, but so 1st and 4 as the handoff goes. Rabin tries the right side. The right side, or I should say the left side of Poston Butte's defensive line has been much more difficult to run through. And that time Rabin saw as much as he winds up gaining a yard.
Yeah, and I would expect here to see, a pretty healthy dose of Cam Turley here on these next 3 carries.
He's on the right side, receivers on either side. Handoff goes Turley. Gets held up a little bit as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Still forces his way toward the 5. He's going to be very close. No, he's not. He's at the. Oh wait, no. We're not sitting very high up, folks. I can't tell where we are. As it's 3rd and 1 from the 3. As the handoff this time is going to go toward the center of the line, and no signals yet.
Well, we had signals from all the Snowflake players, but does not look like the officials are in agreement.
If nothing else, this seems like it should be a first down. Now there it is, touchdown.
Turley.
Turley is able to run it in from 3 yards out. Wow, what took so long?
Yeah. Well, you see all the Snowflake offensive linemen pointing to the officials, telling him he's over the line and wondering why they're not giving him that touchdown right away. But a good, tough interior run there by Turley again.
86 yards on 16 carries for Turley, and his second touchdown, that coming from 3 yards out as Brown's trying to make it a 5-point game. And again, some pressure, but he's able to get that one away, up and good. 17-12, the Lobos lead after that Comfort Fit Denture touchdown. 6:34 remaining in the third. It's Show LaFord's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Lobos go 58 yards and take the lead. First time that Snowflake has had the advantage since 3-0 after the first offensive possession. Now, again, we're trying to not bang on anybody, and I'm in the midst of a conversation that has provided me some indication that it could still be ruled a touchback after the ball has been touched and seemingly live going into the end zone.
By an offensive player. Huh?
That is the indication that I have been given. I don't know if the full story is understood. As this one kicked into the end zone. Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. Pay the lowest tuition in the state. And the reason I'm still talking about that is that seemed as if it was going to give the Lobos their first touchdown. At the time would have made it potentially 10-0. They've had 2 potential possessions taken away from them right at the goal line. And we do try to remember that we do not know the AIA rulebook, and try not to bang. But there's been a couple of head scratchers here.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
So after the Lobos go 48 yards and take a 17-12 lead, the Broncos were able to move the chains once after having to start on the 6. Lloyd turns and gives and met immediately at the line of scrimmage. In fact, dropped for a loss.
Interesting. Again, Snowflake's home with the five interior linemen, and it looks like they got 4 linebackers as well. And so it looks like they are completely committed here to stopping the run.
2nd and 11 after the loss of 1. Now Mason Lloyd has had a hot hand in the first half, is yet to attempt a pass in the second. He's got 3 potential receivers coming out to the right side. Now dropped from behind.
It's Bentley, right?
And he's slow getting up.
The ball.
Don't think the ball came out.
Oh, they could call it an incomplete pass.
Bentley there with the huge hit, and now Lloyd's probably going to have that one ringing for a while, at least in the whole memory chamber.
Yeah, he'll be wanting to know where Bentley is, I think, every time he drops back to pass after taking that hit. Snowflake was a little lucky because they didn't get that outside receiver covered up, but pass rush kind of covered up.
Throwing this along the near sideline and nearly intercepted. It would have been taking him out of bounds as the intended man was Campbell, but there's a 3-and-out pitched by the Snowflake defense, who has a 17-12 lead, and the offense poised to come back out 6 minutes into the third quarter.
So a good stop there defensively by Snowflake. They recovered to that really well. Looks like they had him on that wheel route early. Quarterback, though, was trying to get outside on the perimeter and allowed that Snowflake defense time to recover. So,
By the way, Andrew Bentley, now the leader in the clubhouse for the Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game. Well, I say the clubhouse. He's played 16 holes. So that's a short punt. Snowflake right now having this one taken by Olberg at midfield, accelerating to the right side, looking for some blockers as he gets to the 40 and then cuts it up to the 35. Excellent field position coming here for Snowflake, which has a 17-12 lead and has only allowed 7 offensive plays here after having to kick it to start the second half.
Well, that's what the defense needed. The Snowflake coaching staff looks like they've made some adjustments schematically to what they're doing, and it's paying dividends for them.
Ball right at the 35. It has been the Canton Turley story here. 86 yards, 2 touchdowns, 16 carries, playing without LaDuke. And a Rabin who seems as if he is less than 100%, though he has still run for 40 yards on 9 carries. The handoff goes to Turley, who's met toward the line of scrimmage, but still has his inertia taking him to the 31 and a gain of 4.
Yeah, but just the way this game is playing out, I wouldn't be surprised if Turley's going to end up north of 20 carries, 25 carries tonight.
And again, I'm speculating about Carter Rabin. It's just he's been on and off the field so much more than he ordinarily would be. And we saw him getting his shoulder checked out last week at Seton. So that's why I suspect is this one handed off to Rabin. He has to cut it back up almost immediately and gets dropped at the 30. Very short gain, maybe 2. Well, actually, it's a pretty good gain of maybe 4.
Again, you wonder if they're Snowflake series in 4-down territory. It's right on the edge, I think, of Brown's field goal range.
Pending what they're able to do, as they've been finding all sorts of success in the third quarter running into the interior of the line. This one flipped out and intended for Rabin, but Flake had that one angling away from him and landing around his shoe top. So 4th and 4. This would be a 46-yard field goal. Now the danger, of course, being that he's going to have to kick such a line drive. It's going to provide the Broncos, who have been able to penetrate around most of the field goal attempts, extra point attempts, I beg your pardon, as it looks like Mason Rabin's running off the sideline. Doesn't seem as if this is going to be a field goal unit. Instead, you're going to go with a little bit of that Wildcat look on 4th and 4 from the 29. Takes a snap and immediately starts running to the right side. Tries to cut it up as he's got some foot speed going over the 25 and all the way down potentially to the 20 and has enough for a first down.
Good explosive run, and then Turley again getting out on that corner and kind of sealing the edge and gave Rabin that angle to gain that first down.
This will be marked just over the 20. Back into the red zone go the Lobos. As he winds up gaining 10. Now handed off Turley. Bounces out to the left side. Straight arm to try to get some separation. Still trying to get to the edge, but brought down from behind. Still lumbers his way for a gain of 3. One of the Broncos late getting up, as that's Campbell.
Well, and if Snowflake can get a score here and go up, at 8 or 2 scores, if they can get a touchdown, I think that'll go an awful long way for their confidence in this game. And
4 minutes to play in the third. 17-12, the Lobos lead. Rabin on the left of Flake as he takes the toss, immediately makes a man miss, then has to cut it up into the interior before accelerating toward the sideline at the 10. Very close to another Lobo first down. And it looks like they're going to mark him. Nope, move the chains, 1st and goal. So Rabin, with a tough gain of 8, takes that one into and goal territory with 3.5 minutes to play in the third. And there, Turley standing on the right, Rabin on the left. Flake, who's in on relief, will give this one to Rabin. Bounces to the right side, tries to cut it to the left, but tripped up.
Yeah, nice play there. Looks like one of the linebackers for Poston Butte. Pretty good read on that play, good flow to the football, and was able to get Turley just as he was getting back to the line of scrimmage here.
Rabin gains 2.
I'm sorry.
He's still out there on the left. Flake with Turley on his right, goes to Turley, goes to the left, accelerates at the 5, falls over the goal line. He's in from 7 yards out. His 3rd touchdown, the hat trick for Canton Turley as he gets the Lobos up 23-12. Wait a minute. A flag comes out after all is said and done.
Oh, from this back judge again. Who knows what he's calling? It's like a...
So this has to be after the fact, no matter what.
Yeah, they're asking them if they want it on the kickoff or if they want it on the extra point. So
we could hear the officials say unsportsmanlike conduct, but white was the only indication. So the Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown stands. The 3rd for Turley, who now has 99 yards on 19 carries, and Poston Butte electing to take that penalty on the kickoff. So Sam Brown out with Flake to hold. He was able to navigate a 65-yard kickoff with relative ease, but this one will be markedly different, as he is now out trying to make it a 24-12 game and into the neutral zone, but no. And now the snap is down, the kick is away, and it is good. So 24-12, the Lobos lead with 2:47 to play in the third. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
All right, 15 yards on the unsportsmanlike flag. Move it back to the 25. This Northland Pioneer College kickoff is going to be happening deep from Snowflake territory as the Lobos have taken a 24-12 lead. Brown will still put a boot into it as it's angling toward the near side, and again off the shoulder pad, though scooped up at the 20, moving to the left and now trying to chip his way forward, gets to the 35 before being brought down. So that could have gone much, much worse as another fumble reception there from Robert Howard, but this time able to make something out of it. When it's time to kick off your college education, BTW, go to Northland Pioneer College, pay the lowest tuition in the state.
Yeah, just judging by the kickoffs tonight, it doesn't look like the Poston Butte kids are very comfortable receiving those kicks, right?
It looks as if they try to angle everything toward Robinette, and the Lobos on the scout haven't allowed it.
Don't want to kick it to him, yeah.
Just 7 offensive plays been run by the Broncos, who looked like they were clicking on all cylinders after the midway point in the first quarter on the offensive side as they're going to turn and give. And no, keeping that one, trying to run outside, get it out, went over the 45 and tackled at midfield is Lloyd. So a 15-yard run on first down. Second time they've been able to move the chains coincidentally. The last time that happened, that was on a first down play. And then the Lobo defense immediately got a little bit more stout. But that's 49 yards now on 7 carries. Ball right at midfield. 2:22 to play in the third quarter. 24-12. Poston Butte with the football trailing. Pistol formation behind Lloyd as he gives this one away and then stood up immediately. In fact, sooner. Couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage as they're on the stop or for Jalen Brooks.
And a great job by Kennard getting Brooks in the backfield again.
Now, with the Lobos leading 12, Poston Butte has not shown any inkling to try to convert anything for 1 point. So this is essentially a 2-score game at this point. Just to try to tie it, you'd think, as there's Moore tripped up at the line of scrimmage, though he falls forward to gain 2.
Yeah, and Kennard again, he's playing that I guess that traditional defensive tackle position. He's doing a really good job, holding his position, and he's able to contact the runners in the backfield. He's doing a great job.
Minute and 20 seconds left. Right now, I kind of got the feeling that the Broncos are trying to get half of these. 3rd down and 9. Robinette, the lone man, split wide to the right as Lloyd, before he can get the ball to him from the shotgun, is going to watch his 5 yards get whistled against his offense for a procedure flag that makes it now 3rd and 14.
Yeah, and again, being as run heavy as they are, that's awfully difficult for them when they get into these 3rd and 14 situations.
So push it back to the Bronco 46. And I still contend that they're just trying to get half. Clock no longer in their favor with a minute to play here in the third. Lloyd dropping back, now moving up in the pocket, pressure, throws this one over the middle where it was nearly had by Moore. He was open, but Lloyd had to get rid of that one before he wanted.
And it looks like that's Bentley again coming off of that quarterback's left side too. And again, we're getting reports here that Bentley, as well as suffering from a foot injury, I guess he sustained at work yesterday. So another Snowflake Lobo who's not 100%, but boy, these kids are sure digging in and playing awfully hard.
Second time they've had to make the trip down here to Metro Phoenix. They're going to have to do it again next week with Marcos Deniza. And that's another game that you can hear on iTalk 106.7 as Ulberg is back to receive the kick on 4th and 14. It's high and returnable. Takes this one at the 20. Starts moving to his left. Woo, he's really wagging that loaf of bread around as he's brought down after a gain of 3 on the return. 43 seconds left. The Lobos essentially 13 minutes away from remaining undefeated. Of course, only God and his computer knows if that's enough to stay number 1. But this is a Poston Butte team that looks like it's much like a lot of the teams that we've talked about as the Lobos have turned into the fourth quarter. That is probably going to get a couple of more wins.
Yeah, I would suspect that they're going to probably compete pretty well in the conference going forward.
Here's Brenner Green going from the left to the right side, bouncing off some tacklers as a flag comes out late and probably a hold already being called against the Lobos. Wasn't much of one, but if you extend your arm and you got a handful of jersey, you're begging for it.
Yeah, especially that, umpire's looking for that specific, or the referee is, looking for that specific call.
So move him back 10 yards to go 1st and 20, leading 24-12, 38 seconds to play in the third quarter. Snowflake has scored twice here in the third. Poston Butte has only been able to move the chains twice here in the third. Flake moves the pocket to the right side, slams on the brakes, throws it back where Rabin catches this one, has a couple of blockers in front, but a flag comes out. This is probably going to be an illegal man upfield. This is not Flake. That was a nice catch and run. Brock Bjorn there with the catch, but looks like the Lobos had a blocker leak out too soon.
Snowflake was running some trickery there to get that ball to Bjorn. I wonder if he reported as an eligible receiver.
They have not shown us a signal yet. And still waiting the signal. They've accosted the Lobos defense. So he didn't announce himself eligible?
Yeah, it's an illegal touch is what they called, so I'm assuming that's the case. But
all right, so lost it down to Boot. 2nd down. The scoreboard's showing 20, but I think it's 25. All right, it's 2nd and a lot, no matter what. 29 seconds to go. Lobos have a 2-possession lead as the handoff again goes Green. This time he's able to serpentine up the middle of the field and slip a tackler at the 25. He's at the 40 before eventually being spun down. He had 25 yards to gain. Brenner Green gains 30.
Yeah, good run there. Nice crease, and then he broke that tackle when he got hit. The linebacker safety came up and broke that tackle, was able to get him a 1st down.
Brenner Green getting some extended look as Rabin has been a little bit hobbled. The sophomore is going to get another one. Comes back to the left side. He's got some open field in front as he goes over the 50 and then spun down at the 45. He's gained 45 yards on the last 2 carries.
And you can see he's got a little pep in his step. That first half he was running a little tentative, but those 2 runs right there, real aggressive, good runs.
Oh, he's doing this. Why should Rabin come back out?
Well, yeah, again, we're assuming Rabin's banged up from last week, right?
Here's another one for Green as he spins this toward the yard marker, and a flag came out because the Broncos once again were trying to hustle a defender off, and the Lobos were using tempo. So this could be an 8-yard gain for Green. Do you go ahead and take the play?
I'll tell you what, with as well as they're running the football right now, 1st and 5 or...
Going to wave the flag. And I don't think the Lobos feel too badly about that. Gain 7.
Looks like they want to get another playoff here by the end of the quarter.
Clock is wound, and they will not make it. Nope.
That's disappointing because they started the clock before the official signal. So Snowflake waited for the official to give his signal to go, but that clock ran the 2 seconds off.
24-12, the Lobos take the lead into the final quarter, trying to remain undefeated and atop the rankings in the 4A conference. It's still 12 minutes to play, and it's coming up after this. Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable, always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Final quarter of play. The Lobos scored twice in the third to take a 24-12 lead. The defensive adjustment that you've noticed is bringing in a fifth lineman. That's really seemed as if it's interesting because it seemed like they're having the hardest time containing. But that's done enough to make it so that the Broncos only moved the chains twice.
Yeah, and I think what that does, though, is it gets those defensive ends splits out a little wider as well, and it gives them better angles to kind of keep everything up inside.
It's been the Brenner Green show on this possession. Is now instead Flake is going to throw this one where he's got Silverhorn open again, but he can't connect.
Got a great call there again. Good play action. So, and Silverhorn broke. Again, we just couldn't connect. Real similar to the first half on that play action and that post route. Much better throw, though, by Flake.
Yes.
He looked like he stepped in that, looked real comfortable throwing that football, much more confident. Right?
Well, and with the way that the ground game's going, he had an awful lot of space to feel comfortable. Third down and a long 2 here as the handoff will come to the right side, and it's again Green, and he's going toward the 30 where he is stopped after he gains 7 and has another first down. He's now run for 61 yards on 5 tries.
Yeah, he's certainly showing up big, and again, in a game like this, right, you're expecting to get input from different kids.
And with each carry, he's hitting the hole quicker and harder. He looks like his confidence right now is sky high. As he's going to get, nope, this one's going to Turley. He's trying to move to the left side. You can understand why he might be a little bit worn out. That's his 20th carry. He's going to go for positive yardage and get to the century mark.
And I do think that it's important to note that the one staple in all this is that offensive line, right? And they're opening holes. Kids are hitting hard. They're working real well together with the offensive line and the running backs.
Turley actually lost a yard, so he's back to 98 yards. That guy. 3 touchdowns, though, and with a banged-up backfield, the spotlight's been on him, and he's been able to meet the opportunities. There's 11 minutes to play here. Split backs on 2nd down and 11. Flake wants to throw it to the near side. This time had by Silverhorn, and he's up the middle of the field, and he's in the end zone from 30 yards out. A Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown.
Yeah, and it looked like Flake was going to come out into the flats there to Turley, and then I don't know if he went through his progression again or faked that ball, and that brought the defense towards Turley. A good throw into Silverhorn, and he was able to make that last man miss and go basically untouched into the end zone. So nice play.
30-12 and an awfully steep and difficult row to hoe here for the Broncos, as that's the 3rd Snowflake touchdown here in the second half, which is one more than the Poston Butte offense has been able to generate first down. Sam Brown trying to make it a 31-12 game, does so. 10:43 remaining, and it's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff is going into the end zone. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. Pay the lowest tuition in the state. Got some good news for the Lobo faithful. The Seton Catholic still leads Independence 22-14. That is the number 12 Independence Patriots. So the Lobos right now, the biggest Sentinel fans out there. Sholo all over Fountain Hills, 47-7. And Eastmark is leading Desert Sunrise 27-2. Again, the Lobos trying to remain atop the AIA's rankings as they debuted at #1. #2 in Max Preps behind ACP, which suffered a loss to the number 7 team in Indiana, according to Max Preps. As here's Lloyd, been largely contained, hands this one off to, beg your pardon, that's going to Folletti.
I believe that's Victor Woodside again with really good penetration and getting him in the backfield. And looks like Aden Coor met Woodside in the backfield as well. But I guess Aden doesn't care what color shirt you got. He's coming to hit anyone around the football.
Now, we've talked an awful lot. Here's the clock ticks to 10 minutes and 15 seconds about how the concern was you don't want to be the team that Poston Butte finally puts it together against. Is Lloyd from the shotgun. Short drop looking to the right side. Caught but immediately met by 2 defenders, and then Coor comes to finish him off. So it'll be 3rd down and 8. This seems as if, especially after the Eastmark result last week, that this is probably the best 2 teams in the region.
Yeah, and I think, Poston Butte, certainly that first half kind of showed what they're capable of. And certainly Snowflake, when you're missing kids and some of the adversity stuff, you don't execute quite as well as what you're hoping for. But it's going to be a big win, I think, as far as the conference standings go.
Lloyd able to unload that pass where it's caught and immediately cut down is Grady Garner. But that's going to be well shy. Well, I say well shy. It looks like they're going to be a couple yards shy, maybe just a yard shy. That is one whale of a spot. Seeing he's brought down at the 39. Well, I guess that's right. 4th and 1, and this very well may be the ball game.
Yeah, this will be power on power, right? We'll see if they're going to run the ball right at the teeth of that defense. Oh,
and
nice play.
Folletti is going to be stopped in the backfield. Who was there?
Yeah, I couldn't quite see. I don't know if that was Aden Coor.
I think it was Farnsworth.
Was it? Yeah, they got in early. Or Hayden Nichols. I think it was at 4. Hayden Nichols got him early, and then Coor finished him off.
So no good on 4th and 1. The Lobo offense now will take over at the 27-yard line. 9 minutes and 1 second to go. Already leading 31-12. Brenner Green had carries, I should say, of 30, 15, 7, and 7. As Willis will come off the sideline, as well as Christian Smith, with Judd Flake, who just had a 30-yard pass play that was converted to Silverhorn for a touchdown to make it at this point 31-12.
Yeah, it looks like we got a new offensive line in, a couple new running backs, so it looks like
Flake pulled it back and was immediately met and dropped for a big loss. Well, he started to look a little bit more comfortable in the pocket, and that might do a little bit to...
Yeah, to kind of change that a little bit, so...
Lobos at this point in no hurry to get to the line of scrimmage. They're leading 31-12. So the Broncos would have to successfully convert at least one of those 2-pointers as the handoff goes Green, starts from the right, moves to the left, goes over the line of scrimmage, but only a gain of 2 or 3. As it stands right now, it would be a 50-yarder for Sam Brown, which,
Yeah, we'd like to see it.
I'm not saying it's not possible, but I think that he'd be a little bit more comfortable if they gained another few.
Well, and again, I think Snowflake here is they're just going to run as much clock as they can. Looks like they got the majority of second stringers out there, and so it's good experience for them. I think they're maybe trying to keep some guys healthy for next week as well.
Flake's still standing toward the sideline. Looks like now they're getting ready to count off the 5 and are going to call timeout before the flag would come. Use their first with 7 minutes and 35 seconds remaining, leading 31-12. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544, Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learning new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
Lobos coming off of their first time out, facing 3rd down and 15. Green late off the sideline, as they're going to have the shotgun snap to Flake, rolling to the right, and he's going to get sacked well back of field goal range.
Yeah, again, good penetration there by the Poston Butte defense. He didn't really have a whole lot of options at that point. There were 3 guys kind of waiting on the edge for him.
So, 4th down and 20-some? Well, they're calling it 4th and 20. It's back at the 39, so it's going to be the Sam Brown experience, just not in the role that we were anticipating.
It looks like Judd Flakes out there as the holder.
Okay,
so
no, I know. All right, so he's going to be attempting a 56-yard field goal. All right, Sam Brown.
Come on, Sam.
Snap is down. The kick is away. It is just shy. It would have been good from 53.
So it's not, when you look at high school, though, with the rule in high school, though, is that the ball gets into the end zone, It only comes out to the 20. So it's just akin to him punting the ball into the end zone. But that ball just was maybe a half yard short of that back goal line. He was, only 3 yards, 4 yards carry from making that.
I think if Flake was able to go forward while being sacked just a couple of yards, that thing was very close to the crossbar for our listening audience, as it'll instead remain 31-12. The Bronco offense needs to get it into the end zone a few times.
Well, he's got about as good a leg as I've seen from a high school kicker.
Oh, yeah. Handoff, trying to go up the middle with Brooks. The last couple of runs have gone for negative yards, but this time he's able to work his way out for a 5-yard pickup. Of course, the Lobos playing 3 in a row on the road and having bottled up the Bronco offense, as that one's going to the right side, will be a gain of 3 as Lloyd keeps that one. But it looks like got some of the second unit out there on the defensive side as well.
And again, this is just an experience that you can't get him anywhere else. It's hard to mimic game speed and practice and things like that. So it's a real good experience for these kids to get to play.
5:44 and another 3rd down opportunity here for the Broncos. They have not been successful from this stage, and will do so now, though, as Moore is able to bounce off a couple of tacklers to the 35, maybe the 36, pick up 8, and has a 1st down. So that's the first 3rd down conversion that the Broncos have had here in the second half. I think that stat, more than anything, really shows how the Tides turned in the second half.
Yeah, and I think just in Snowflake has always performed well in the second half this year again, but I think those adjustments made by the coaching staff, and that'll be interesting to see where they go, because
it's got to be on the Lobos.
There was somebody in the zone and the guard moved, so see where they go first.
Yeah. It's going to be some encroachment on the Lobos, so couldn't see who jumped in there.
I believe it was Skip Bodden, number 30, I believe, but hopefully he makes a play here so we get some positive.
Broncos now facing 1st and 5, clock approaching 5 minutes to play. Handed off again to Brooks, as it looks as if both sides are trying to get the extended parts of the depth chart a little bit more run. Is that one? It will be good for 6 yards on a 1st down.
Looks like Poston Butte's picking the pace up here a little bit. Looks like they want to get another score in here by the end of the game.
And this one again, Brooks, as he goes over the 50 to the 40, winds up gaining 13 and has another Poston Butte first down. 31-12, the Lobos lead, but now Poston Butte running its offense very efficiently as this one's thrown to the far sideline. First catch there for Robinette. Takes that one.
Looks like they don't know if that's complete or incomplete again. Again, they're going, which I don't understand this, they're going to the back judge to make a call on the sideline again, which I just don't understand how he's ever going to see the sideline.
Well, they defer to his better judgment, and it's a good for a 13-yard completion. Now 100 yards for Mason Lloyd as he's converted on his last 3 passing attempts. Brooks is deep in the pistol. Instead, Lloyd with a short drop looking to the left. Throw this one up again, looking for Robinette, who's going to have this one off of his back shoulder, and now another flag comes out against the Lobos, as this time
looks like
on a defenseless receiver. It'll be Trip Whiting.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough, just trying to make a play, and he obviously probably lost track of the football there and just trying to make a tackle before he got into the end zone.
That was similar to the one that we saw in the Gilbert game with Coor.
Yeah.
And if the receiver is hung out there, the defensive player has to try to wrap him up or something besides just knock his fillings out of his teeth, even if it's not helmet-to-helmet contact.
So I guess as we're looking for something, I said, as they're looking for something good to say about Skip Bodden, I've just been told that he's signed or verbally committed to play baseball at EAC. So
there you
go. Skip's a good baseball player.
So the chain late to the party. It's on the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 now, and in the red zone after the turn or the penalty, I beg your pardon. Is the handoff turned and given to Moore as he tries to find something coming up the middle of the field, but stopped after a gain of 3.
Really like to see the second unit if they can step up here and get a stop. I think that would would be really, really good for that unit.
Clock approaching 4 minutes to play. 2nd down and 7 from the Snowflake 11 as Lloyd fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, slips a tackler. Now he's got some green in front. Instead, going to drop this one off where it's caught at the goal line by Moore. 11 yards out. He's got the touchdown. Now they're probably going to be going for 2, trailing 31-18.
Yeah, and they had a shot at him back, in the backfield. Not sure who that was. But they missed. He was able to get outside again. He's throwing the football real well once he gets out onto the perimeter.
That's a Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown. I don't know if I mentioned. As now, as expected, here comes a 2-point opportunity, trying to make it an 11-point game with 4 minutes and 1 second remaining. Brooks is in the backfield. Man in motion coming to the near side. Instead, it's going to be Lloyd keeping that one, and he's going to cross the goal line to make it indeed 31-20. Still 4 minutes and 1 second left and 3 timeouts at Poston Butte's disposal, so don't go anywhere. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
RPA guy's better.
An anticipated onside kick here for the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. whether you're going short or deep. Northland Pioneer College will only charge you the lowest tuition in the state there. Is this one teed up at the 40? The Lobos are anticipating something short, and it is rolling toward them, grabbed at midfield, and that is where this possession will start. Now a flag's going to come out as, again, they're trying to dissuade all players at every level from going toward the head, and I think Ben Cardenas was just said to have done so. So I think that'll put 15 yards on this one.
Nice play there by Skip Bodden, again, stepping up, catching that thing on the big hop, so didn't have to wait for that second level to try to make a play on it. So
15-yard flag being whistled against Broncos. There are still 4 minutes and 1 second remaining, but this is going to put them at the threshold of Sam Brown's leg, or at least the territory where he can strike, with a little bit more confidence than 56 yards.
I think this guy's got short legs again. That's about the fourth penalty because that kickoff was fielded inside the 50, and we're outside the 35 on this spot, so he tends to be about a half yard short.
And there's a fumble on this exchange that's recovered by the Broncos. Okay, it's only an 11-point game. So the question now for the Snowflake sideline is, and Aden Coor's coming back out.
That's your answer.
It looks like the Lobos are going to go with a few more of the regulars, as they're going to use a timeout as well to make sure that everything is settled. 31-20 they lead, 3:58 to play. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Poston Butte, after the fumble recovery, throwing this one over the top and nearly intercepted, as the Lobos have run much of the first unit back out there, if not entirely. Being told that the fumbled punt, once it goes into the end zone, regardless of how it gets to the end zone, it's going to be a touchback. So the explanation about momentum, thereby demonstrating that if the Snowflake special teams unit was not able to recover that thing before it crossed the goal line, it's going to be a touchback. No matter how it winds up in the end zone, it's going to be a touchback. So if that was the case, we do offer some apologies, as it looks as if there was again potentially Snowflake defensive lineman jumping a little bit early, and then it was nearly an interception from Jones.
Yeah, that play had a whole bunch of, just looked like Bentley got off a little quick, right? And then there's no flag. They let the play continue, and Gian had an opportunity for that interception.
So 3rd down and 10. There have only been 11 seconds that have ticked off here. Poston Butte with the ball, trailing 31-20, starting on their own 40 for the Broncos as they're faking the handoff, rolling to the right, now throwing this one underneath, and it's going to be incomplete. Jones there again defending this one. Again, just very few seconds have ticked away, but it's 4th and 10.
Yeah, just one more play here. Get a stop, get the ball back to your offense, and get some clock running.
This drive started after a fumbled snap. That might have been a fumbled exchange, but it happened so quickly, it was difficult to gauge exactly where the miscue had occurred. Regardless, Poston Butte with the football. Now looking at a 4th and 10 from their own 40. The Broncos trying to get back into the end zone and make this thing a little bit more interesting. They trail 11 as there's a snap had. Lloyd moves to his left, throws this one up. That will be had at the 30. Caught by Michael Collins on his first reception. Gains 30.
Pretty good coverage out there by Snowflake, but the ball was thrown in a really good position to the outside. Collins made a really good adjustment to the football catch and got his feet down.
This game is not over. 3:38 left. It's an 11-point differential. Now approaching the red zone. They've been able to run 4 plays while taking just over 30 seconds off the clock. So here's Lloyd, pressured, goes to the far side. Robinette will catch that one, but is immediately spun down forward progress. We'll have him gaining 2.
Yeah, nice play there by J.J. Lerma as he steps up. Again, they'll give up that underneath stuff if it gets the clock moving. And a nice sure tackle to stop that, keep that thing to only being a 2-yard gain.
Mason Lloyd now 12 for 20, 146 yards. Came into the game averaging 48 yards a game. 2nd down and 8 with the clock moving toward 3 minutes. Handoff Brooks as he tries to go up the middle, winds up gaining 2, but is stopped short. But the Lobos know that they're going to have to stop him twice more with the clock now ticking under 3 minutes to play.
Again, that interior defensive line, playing really tough against the run in there. And Aden Coor just coming in, finishing that off.
31-20 as Poston Butte uses its 2nd timeout. 2:54 to play. The Lobos have the lead. It's Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
It's got a big crowd watching us. We thank you for tuning in as the Lobos have a 31-20 lead, playing their 2nd of 3 straight games on the road. Next week it's going to be Marcos to Niza. We'll have that one for you again on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com. Is from the pistol. Lloyd starts moving the pocket to the left. A little bit of pressure coming from behind. He's able to dump that one off. It's no good, incomplete. I don't think that there was a man in the neighborhood, and I don't think it got to the line of scrimmage. So there's a holding flag that seems to be thrown back toward the line of scrimmage, but the question becomes, is this also grounding?
Yeah, I don't know. He kind of that little backhanded, right-handed flip over the top was well short of the line of scrimmage.
As we've learned, though, there's a flag for grounding to boot. So the first flag is holding, whistled against Poston Butte. That's declined. Intentional grounding thrown against Poston Butte. And again, you can hear all the confusion around us. So the high school rules, as we learn every week and try to be cool. We try to be cool, Mike. We try.
Yeah.
But it's not the same. And the fans yelling he was out of the pocket, but there is a variety of factors that being out of the pocket was only one of them. So loss of down makes it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they walked off 5 yards on that as well.
Yeah. So it's down at the 36. They got to get it to the 17-ish. So we'll call it 4th and 20-ish. Lloyd on 4th down, runs out of time, and is brought down by the shirt at the 46-yard line, and at this point that ought to do it.
And that's Andrew Bentley again, who feels like he's been about 1 step away from sack all night. He gets there to I don't want to say put this game away, but pretty close to that.
I mean, if nothing else, it's the clock that is going to be the biggest opponent for the Broncos, even if they're able to get a turnover here on the first down play, as Brenner Green and Aden are out, as well as Mason Rabin. And I would imagine some combination of those three are going to be in the backfield.
Yeah, and I do appreciate the fact they go back with that second unit again, give them a chance to get a little bit of redemption after that turnover.
Handoff is to Green. He's stood up immediately. They're really letting this one extend as it goes to 240. And I only say that because Poston Butte's probably trying to get that ball carrier down as soon as humanly possible.
Well, and also, right, the old end of the game, hold them up, take the ball away, right, hold them up.
That too.
Try to strip the football out of there.
Loss of 3 there for Green.
Surprised Poston Butte's not using their timeouts here, and Snowflakes looks like they're going to take plenty of time in the huddle.
Well, they only have 2, so I imagine if there's another run and or loss, they're going to call it really quick. Flake now running from the sideline. 2 minutes to play. 11-point Snowflake lead. That's the Lobos debut at number 1 in the rankings, and I'd be surprised if they didn't remain there, as this time Green goes to the left, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So picks up 3, but no timeout. Clock running at a minute 40.
Yeah, Poston Butte may be waving the white flag here.
So 3rd and 10. Snowflake at the all huddled up. I lost track of Flake. Last time he had to run off the sideline, but again, the Lobos are trying to bleed as much clock.
He's
there
over talking with Coach Reddick, I think, getting the play call.
Minute and 12 seconds as he gets into the huddle. And being warned that the countdown is going to occur here shortly. 3rd down and 10. It's being counted off, though I don't think that a delay of game here would necessarily hurt anyone's feelings. The handoff is going to come to Rabin, reverses his field as he nearly broke that one free, but instead will be brought down for a 3-yard loss, and now Poston Butte will use a timeout with 52 seconds remaining. And a penalty flag is coming out toward the Broncos sideline.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what this, maybe it'll be a sideline warning or somebody said some magic words, I guess.
I don't see one of our guys that are in the neighborhood. But okay. So a timeout is now being signaled to have been called by Snowflake?
Timeout, Lobos.
Why would Snowflake call a timeout there? I think that they signaled that wrong. Were they not? Was Poston Butte not calling timeout there?
Yeah, and I don't know why Snowflake would take a timeout here.
I don't understand why Snowflake would use a timeout. We still don't know what's going on with the flag that was thrown with all sorts of enthusiasm back at the Broncos sideline. And they want 54 seconds put back on the clock, which, again, begs the question of why would Snowflake be using a timeout in that situation. But they have not signaled that that was the incorrect.
Well, and our coaches don't seem to be putting up much of a fight either.
I don't. I'm thoroughly confused, though, because, again, the timeout happened immediately after. Hold on now. They're 54 seconds are on the clock, and was the flag just a warning? Oh, nearly overshot there on the snap, and then maybe blocked as it's going to roll out of bounds at the 30. And again, if Snowflake called that timeout, which I cannot believe had happened.
Well, especially since it came from this side of the field as well, I think it's more likely that he pointed the wrong direction. But
so as it stands, the Broncos have 2 timeouts. All right.
Well, they do need 2 stops, so I guess they got the first one. Maybe they're saving them. They're hoping for a quick score.
So the punt goes out of bounds at the 34-yard line. There's 47 seconds left. 31-20. Broncos are trailing and somehow have 2 timeouts remaining. So if they're going to pull this off, they're going to have to score with a quickness, as that one is going to be stopped at the 35. Gain of 2 there for Moore. Trying to hurry back to the line. Moore now with 42 yards. As they fake a couple of handoffs. Now Lloyd able to avoid some pressure. Get this one over to Moore at the 50 and brought down at the 46-yard line. 24 seconds left. Gain of 20 on that play.
I mean, they barely get the ball started. The clock's running again. And, Bentley's got him again.
This time Lloyd brought down back in Poston Butte territory. No flag, but lots of whistles. And Poston Butte. No, there is a flag.
Yeah.
Where's the flag?
Came from Snowflake sideline.
Remember when we thought this game was going fast?
Yeah, it was. We were at half by 45, right? We should have known when Poston Butte was late coming out of half that we were going to have a long second half. But
illegal substitution called on Snowflake. So 14 seconds remaining. 31-20. Lobos lead and are now facing a second down and 1st and 4 after the 5-yard penalty. Go figure that one out. All right, as now Lloyd again pressured. Now a holding flag comes out. He's able to unload this one, but it's intercepted. Taken away by Lerma. As this should be one that stands. Looked like a flag was going to be thrown on the Poston Butte offensive line for holding, unless there's a second flag at the 44-yard line.
Or is that unless someone kicked his flag or something. But that should do it.
So the Lobos scored first, fell down 12-3, but then ripped off 28 unanswered, and will hold on for a 31-20 win as the victory formation is in, and that should do it.
Well, again, the defense just continues to dominate second halves of football games. Again, that score again tonight, I think, was on the second team. I think defensively, I don't know if we've given up a score with the first group all year, so.
But more importantly, one now second straight on the road, having to play 3 in a row on the road, and are remaining undefeated.
Yeah, and it's great. They get Poston Butte, who had beaten Eastmark, and so that will give them a leg up, at least in the conference standings, and that automatic bid to state. Not that I don't think that's going to be necessary. I think they're going to finish plenty of power points to get into state, but it's always good to win your region. And, again, if they want to host, again, winning a game like today is a necessity.
31-20 is the final. We'll start wrapping it up after this. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on NightTalk 106.7 and NightTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learning new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
Lobos win their second in a row on the road, remain undefeated on the year, 31-20. As we had some great fans around us, provided some great ambiance as the Lobos able to survive and get the W. And our question just becomes, are they going to remain perched atop the rankings as they debuted there at number 1? As we quickly look through all of the superlatives that we're going to go through, especially the Horn Auto Center drive of the game. And I think that you got to look at the way that they started after they pick up the 4 and out. They gave up a first down on the first play, kind of had an idea like, oh boy, here it goes again. But the Lobo defense was able to rise up, wound up forcing punts on the next 6 offensive plays, but in between those two, had a great drive that was going to be an awful lot of Canton Turley, as he had one of his 3 touchdowns on that opening drive.
Yeah, I think that definitely set the tone for the second half. Offensively, we seemed a little out of sync at times, but that certainly set the tone and kind of let everybody know what that second half was going to be like. So
the Horn Auto Center drive of the game, the Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game. If you need glass for your home or business, call Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, which is hands down the best place to go when you need quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, 1-888 Glassman. What do you think? There's a couple of options that we could go with there, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think just that the hit from Andrew Bentley on the quarterback mid through the third quarter. Again, I think was one. He got there just a step late for a sack, but he certainly laid the wood to the kid. So I think that definitely made a difference in that passing game going forward. But I think that's more where I would lean.
That's the Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game. If you need glass for your home or business, call Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. It's hands down the best place to call when you need quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, 1-888 Glassman. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. Get your windshield replaced by the experts. I'm not even going to wait. It's got to be Canton Turley, who's playing in that banked-up backfield and winds up running for 98 yards on 20 carries. And he probably could have gone for well over 100 if they didn't start spreading the wealth.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he was the offense ran around him tonight, and he stepped up big again without LaDuke there to play quarterback, and with Rabin, it looked like he was a little dinged up. I think that's a great call.
So that Canton Turley is your Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. Get your windshield replaced by the experts. As we thank you all for joining us, the Lobos 6-0 now on the season. Still have one more to play on the road next week at Marcos Deniza. You can watch it or listen to it right here on italk1067.com or italk1067. As we thank you for joining us and starting your weekend with us. Final score here, 31-20. The Lobos win. As I'm Derek Palmer from Mike Brogan and Mel West, we thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pinetop and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport, and Comfort Fit Dentures. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopaniki communications station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of iTalk 106.7 or Country Mountain Airwaves is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.